Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to deconstruct a really powerful idea. What if you started managing your life and your money like a business? We're talking about the business of You Inc.
Okay, let's just get real for a second. Does this sound familiar? Are you really living, or does it just feel like this endless loop, earning, paying the bills, managing all the stress that comes with it, and then doing it all over again? If you're nodding along right now, trust me, you are not alone.
And this is the part that might surprise you. A lot of us think if I just made more money, everything would be fine. But the struggle, it's usually not about your income. It's about not having a system. That's the real issue, the lack of a clear plan for how everything fits together. Okay, so let's dig into that. What is the real problem here? Let's talk about the actual sources of all that financial stress. Because if it's not just about the number in your bank account, what is it that's causing that low-key anxiety that so many of us feel, even when things look pretty good on the surface? So where does all this stress actually come from? Well, it turns out it's usually these three things working together. First, just a total lack of clarity. You're not even sure what you really want. Then, because of that, there's no direction. It's like you're standing at a crossroads with 100 signs and you have no idea which way to go. And finally, there's no simple, actionable plan to follow. When you put all that together, yeah, that's a recipe for feeling completely overwhelmed and burnt out. All right, so how do we start to fix this mess? It all starts with a big mental shift, a reframe. And this is the core idea. What if you started looking at your life as a business? This is where things really start to click. Think about it. Instead of feeling like you're just an employee in your own life, stuck on that hamster wheel, what if you promoted yourself? What if you became the CFO, the Chief Financial Officer of You Inc? And look, this isn't just some cute saying. It's about adopting a whole new mindset that puts you back in the driver's seat. And the analogy is actually super simple, but really powerful. Take a look. The money you earn, that's your company's revenue. Your savings, that's the profit. Your total net worth, well, that's your company's equity. And the most important part, your habits, the things you do every single day, those are the operating systems that make the whole business of You Inc. Run smoothly, or not. And this right here, this is the whole point. When your systems are right, peace just sort of follows. It's not about hustling harder for success. It's about engineering a life that brings you peace of mind. When you get the systems, your habits, dialed in, you stop just reacting to whatever life throws at you. You actually start to feel in control. Okay, I know what you're thinking. This sounds great in theory, but how do I actually do it? Fair enough. So let's get into the practical solution. Let's talk about the CFO of You system itself. So it breaks down into 4 main steps. Step 1 is designing your life vision. This is the big picture stuff. What does winning even look like for You Inc? Think of it as your company's mission statement. Step 2, you build your personal financial codex. This is basically your rule book for money, your non-negotiables for how you spend, save, and invest. Then step 3 is creating a roadmap. You take that big vision and you break it down into a real concrete plan for this year and for the long haul. And finally, step 4 is all about tracking. You've got to set up simple systems that actually work so you can see if you're staying on track. It's about having a real process, not just a dream. Okay, let's zoom out for a second and talk about the core principle behind all of this, because it's really about a new definition of what it means to be prosperous. And here's the best part. This system works no matter what your salary is. Low salary, high salary, it doesn't matter. The principles of running a good business are exactly the same. It's not about how much revenue comes in the door. It's all about how intentionally you manage it. And if you take away just one thing from all this, let it be this quote. Prosperity is not about how much you earn. It's about how intentionally you manage what you earn. That's it. It's not about a dollar amount, it's about a mindset. It's about using what you have thoughtfully to build the life you actually want. So to bring it all home, look, you don't need more motivation. Motivation's great, but it comes and goes, right? It's like trying to run a marathon on sugar rushes. What you really need is a better system, an engine that just works for you day in and day out, moving you forward without you having to constantly think about it. So, I'm going to leave you with a question to think about. Don't try to boil the ocean and change everything overnight. Just ask yourself this. What is the one system, just one, that you could build today to start being a better CFO of You Inc? Because that's where it all begins.